The search for Britain's best amateur portrait painter continues, and today we're back in Plymouth for the South West Regional Final. Today's regional final will be split into 2 rounds. Later on, our artists will paint the portrait of a mystery guest, and as always, our judges will decide on a winner. But first, it's time to put their artistic talent to the test. We think they've got what it takes, but I wonder what one of the country's most popular artists will make of today's finalists. Character artist Alexander Millar was born in 1960 into the small mining community of Springside on the west coast of Scotland. After leaving Springside, he set himself up in Newcastle upon Tyne, and it was the local characters here that inspired him to become an artist. His skill is capturing the everyday choreography and emotion of ordinary people. The movement of the street drunk and the tired old guy wandering home after work are just a few examples of his pieces that have led to a number of sellout exhibitions. And today Alex will be putting this lot through their paces. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to see you all again. I'd like to introduce you to today's visiting artist.
I'm Alexander Millar. I paint everyday people, usually in streets, but I use a whole lot of props for inspiration.
Today's challenge, then, is to create a painting like Alex's, a little bit like this. Now, obviously, the prop in this painting is the umbrella. We've got props in the middle of the room. The idea is to have fun and create your own Millar-type painting. You've got 1 hour in which to do it. Off you go. Our artists now have to decide how best to capture an emotion on their canvas. No one will be eliminated in this round, but Alex will be helping our judges decide on today's winner later on in the famous face paint. As I continue chatting to Rula, our artists crack on painting the props and the poses they've chosen. Retired architect Peter's hoping for an ace. Art student Kasia won't be bored with her choice. But cricket fan Richard has chosen a difficult pose and seems to be struggling with his brush technique.
Don't fiddle, don't bog yourself down, use big brushes. Start with the big brushes and work towards the small ones, you know. You're doing blocking in. It's like using blocks of colour as light. Boom, boom, light, dark, the tones. Just separate the tones and you'll end up with this 3D block, you know.
Illustration graduate Catherine has most of her pose sketched out on the canvas, although she's a little behind. Alex is on hand for some words of advice.
Do it. You've got a licence to do anything. Yeah, but just try and create movement, flowing, but be dead quick.
Alex has a top tip for pub worker Kerry.
Stick some water in, you'll bog yourself down. I'll end up painting with treacle toffee. I'll show you. Right.
Oh, and a helping hand. Is that allowed? Peter's painting is almost finished. It's just a matter of tying up a few loose ends.
I suppose you better put some strings in because they might think it's like you're looking into a mirror. Yeah. Maybe look how beautiful I am. Because you got a bottle there, look. That's what we're all doing when we're drunk.
All's going well for bride-to-be Olympia, whose chosen pose is a simple image that has personal meaning. Sybil's portrait is a relaxed pose, although there's something not quite right with the cigarette.
Yeah, he's fang should be here.
Right.
He's put his cigarette at this end. It's one of those vein gardeners. It's not a wee...
Right, kind of really...
Yeah, you've put a fag holder in. You've put no coward in there. Goodness.
it's a big thumbs up for research physicist Michael.
That's great. That's fabby-doo.
And the compliments just keep on coming as Alex takes another look at Kerry's.
That's really nice. I like that. I hate you. Do you realise I hate you now? Sorry. You need to sign it, yeah.
Seconds away from the over, Alex is about to bowl Richard a googly.
I mean, you're at the stage now where you're just finishing off, and it's just it's like salt in your porridge. It's that. You don't need a lot, you know, just a wee bit highlights here, there, and everywhere, and that'll make it go ding, come alive.
With seconds to go, our talented 10 have just enough time to add the title to their work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, time's up, I'm afraid. So, who's created a masterpiece and whose is a disaster piece? In just 1 hour, our artists have created some great poses on canvas. But have they impressed the professional? Alex takes a closer look and heads straight for art graduate Sonia's.
It's good the way you've captured a whole lot of shape and form there, isn't it? With a mop.
With a mop.
What the things you can do with a mop, apart from cleaning up. Great, well done.
Thank you.
Richard is out.
Yeah, isn't that super?
Nice bit of colour in
yes,
the
it's
handle of the
it's so lovely. You know, very loose, full of movement, and you've got this lovely area of interest. It's got the warm highlights, but the thing is, it's the body just says it all.
The angst of the batsman who's out.
It's great, and it says it all, doesn't it? Just the whole body shape.
I'm a bit worried about Mike.
Really?
Was this true?
No.
She said no?
Not to my memory. Anyway.
Oh, good.
But it just shows you that a lovely, simple figure, how important the title is. The whole body movement shows, you know, relates to the theme as well. It's very good, well done, and nice and loose.
Shadows.
Yeah.
And last of all, Kasia. Playing it cool. With your red hair.
Yeah, I used to have red hair and I thought, well, I'll go back just for that.
Just for that one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Just like you, eh?
So how do you think they managed with the Millar style of painting then?
I think they've all done incredibly well. But there's one that's stood out to us that it just captures everything. The painting's great. It is a good painting, and it has to be Richard.
Well done, Richard. Top of the class.
Thank you.
You look stunned.
Very stunned. Yeah, very stunned indeed.
Good for you. Well, the fun part is over, but now, this afternoon, it's down to something a bit more serious. Join us after the break as they get to grips with today's famous face.